Well, everybody, you've seen where we are tonight. Tell you what, let's go inside. Right in the middle of time trials for the wing sprint cars. So let's go in here. Check it out just a little bit. Here's our ticket guy.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Already. So Downmeyer still the mark to beat, a 15484 for Mark Downmeyer.
As you can see, we are going to have some great fun here tonight. A lot of speed.
From Nashville, Tennessee, driving the Delaware Valley Concrete, Zapman Erosion, DMI, CMB Farm, car number 45. This is Paul McMahon. Paul McMahon in the car number 45.
Regular.
First lap time for Paul McMahon, 15.767, 15767.
This is qualifying now. This is what they call the King of the Hill. And this is 1 versus 8 here. That's Caleb Helm in the lead. And Dobmeyer back in that second place. And they get 2 laps, and that's all they get here. And it's over, and Caleb Helm will move on into the qualifying. Next up, we got the 6R of Ryan Bunton and the 45 of Paul McMahon. That's going to be your next 2 out.
All right, your next row or your next pair coming out.
They'll push them off. They get to go around for 1 lap, and has to be an even start here at the white line, and away they go. What this process is going to do, it's eventually going to get us down to 2 cars, which will be the front row for the starting position here for the A main. And the last guy to win will have the choice of whether or not he would like to go to the last starting spot with that opportunity to win $50,000. It's one of the unique things about this.
Paul McMahon on the inside.
Paul McMahon.
That'll be the car number 6R. Ryan Bunton.
Paul McMahon on the inside, Ryan Bunton on the outside as they come down to the line here. You cannot jump. And they are both off. Looks like Bunton on the outside got the jump up on that outside with that cushion. And he's going to lead, it looks like, for lap number 1. McMahon really not looking like he's going to make much of a challenge as Bunton runs down that back straightaway. We got cars on the track down here, which looks just a little bit dangerous. Ryan Bunton is going to be your winner. And they have pushed off the next 2. Let's see if we can get the numbers here. I can't make it out from over here.
All right, we'll catch our breath. Your next team out on the racetrack, 24-8 to Brian Savino, and the 27, Cleveland.com entry of Darrin Pitman.
Pitman in the 27.
He gets lane choice, and Pitman looks like he's going to take the outside here at the 27.
Pitman, the fastest qualifier, and he elects to take the outside. We'll get the other car number here just as soon as they get a little closer and I can read it.
We're going to give him one more time around.
It's going to be the 24.
Downmeyer.
Bolt Stedman.
Second round. Knoxville regulars. Moving on to the second round. Sabino and Pitman. Regular.
He's kicking it again.
What is he doing? Get him off. He thinks he needs to just wait for the next guy to come out. Huh?
Now you gotta push him backwards.
Well, a little confusion here with one of the guys from the last qualifying run there. I think he thought another car was going to come out to race with him, but instead he pulls off on the inside.
First time, Brian Sabino here in the Southern Island.
Brian Sabito, I'm sorry, in the 24. And Darrin Pitman, and they're coming to the line. Pitman gets a good jump there on that start. Boy, I mean, he nailed it just perfect. No stutter to that car at all, and she took right off. And as you can see, Pitman with a huge lead here already. Pitman looks like he will just run away with this. And your winner will be Darrin Pitman. Next out's going to be Brian Brown in 21. And the 0 of Jonathan Allard. They're both out on the Speedway. Brown's setting a pretty fast pace here so far. He slows down, lets Allard catch up now. Once again, Allard into 0, Brown into 21. Looks like the push truck might be in this too, as close as he's following these guys around as they go through turn 3. Once again, you cannot jump or you are disqualified. Brian Brown with a jump on the start, and he elects to go to that bottom side. But boy, Allard coming up there. We may have a race on our hands here. Brian Brown out of 4. He's going to lead that first lap. Allard staying within probably 8 car lengths, but looks like Brown's going to pull this down and move on into the next round. Brian Brown, your winner. And I believe we are ready to start the second round. It looks like the 6R, Ryan Burton, and the 27. And Darrin Pitman.
Pitman has lane choice. He chooses the outside.
Ryan Bunton on the inside, Darrin Pitman on the outside. So we're down to 4.
Well, wait, no, they might have been top.
And then after this, we'll have the final 2, and then we'll find out if anybody's going to take the front row challenge.
Like NASCAR, they're making it up as they go. Like NASCAR rules.
Slow pace, around 3 and 4. Head toward the line here. Unique qualifying for this event. Pitman had a good jump last time. Boy, they come off of that one pretty even. Pitman's going to fall behind a little bit, but down that back straightaway, Pitman's going to show some horsepower as he runs by Bunton, and Pitman will lead that first lap. And now he has stretched it out, gee whiz, half a straightaway. Goes down that back straightaway through 3 and 4, and Darrin Pitman will be one of them. On that front row for sure. And now we go with Brian Brown in the 21. And the 13 of Mark Dobmeyer.
Dobmeyer started about a third tire up.
How many people think Brian Brown will win this fair?
Looks like Brown is going to choose the outside.
Brown started at the first tire, so Dobmeyer.
Or is on the outside. I don't know if he got to choose it or not, whether he was fast qualifier or not. By the way, fastest qualifying time tonight was 15:4:04.
Lock like hell down the back.
Brian Brown outside of Mark Dobmeyer.
I have to give the advantage to Brown on this deal because it looks like that top side. And it looks like Dobmeyer got a little bit of a jump. Brown tries to come to the inside. Now Brown down that back straightaway. On the bottom side, going to slide up in front of Dobmeyer. Brian Brown will lead lap 1. Still within striking distance, but I seriously doubt it if Brian Brown is going to give up anything here. And looks like Brian Brown will be the winner here and move on to the final round with Darrin Pitman. Now this should be a really good race here between Darrin Pitman and Brian Brown. Pitman, former World of Outlaw competitor, doesn't run with him anymore. Brian pulls into the pit area.
To the finale. Darrin Pitman.
I guess they choose to bring him in, kill the motor, and then push him off again. You can see how close the fans can get right here.
Coming in, Brown.
There is a fence right there, I think.
We'll have late
No, there isn't. It's the fence on this side.
I bet he'll get it right.
Officials looking at the car don't know exactly what they're checking for or looking for.
They talk it over.
I'm not sure who gets the choice here on where to start. Both these cars looking really quick here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see.
At the front row challenge.
And the official says push them off, and away they go. Pitman's going to be the first one out. Brian Brown now kicks it over. This could be a good one. I don't know who I would want to pick on this. Probably whoever gets a good start and a jump down here or can get to that top side, although Brian Brown showed that last time that bottom side will work.
If he gets the chance to go back, y'all better let him hear it. That's all I
He's going to get
Either one of them.
They enter into 3 and 4. You got to wonder if there's any finger pointing or anything that goes on during this deal.
Brown.
I'm sure just a lot of friendly competing between the two. Once again, Pitman on the outside. And they drop the green flag. And Brown is already, and they throw the yellow. They dropped the yellow on that one, so we're going to do it over again. I don't know exactly how you would call that. But Brown took off. That's a good start. Brown on the bottom, Pitman on the top. Both these cars really quick here tonight, so who knows what could happen here. Pitman will lead the first lap. Brian Brown not giving up, giving it a try, and now I think he's going to back out of it and probably say it's yours. As Pitman's going to bring it home. Brown looked like he just didn't get a good exit out of turn 2, and it ended up going up against the cushion. So that means that Darrin Pitman is going to be your pole setter and will have the first choice as to whether he will take the challenge to go to the back. We'll see how that plays out here in just a minute. Once again, Darrin Pitman, top qualifier. Brian Brown comes home in that second spot. Got Scotty Cook on the front straightaway with Darrin Pitman, and he has just asked Darrin Pitman whether or not he wants to take the front row challenge. And Pitman has replied, I don't know. Of course, the fans want to see him do it.
He's got it. They're calling the car owner here on his cell phone to see if they can get permission to do it.
It sounds like they're calling the car.
He said, yeah, no problem. Go ahead and take the check. So what are we going to do? We're going to wait for this phone call to commence? I think
Evidently, they are calling the car owner to see whether or not he wants to take the front row challenge.
Brown said all weekend at the 360 deal that, hey, every time the 21 cars on the track, we'll start in the back and we're going to put on a show. You know, it's getting everybody pretty fired up here, and he might as well go to the back again. So it's like, get rid of one good car and sit next to the back. Every sponsor in the state of Iowa sponsors the 21 car station. I'll be telling him to go put on
Darrin Pitman talking about Brownie's got a bunch of sponsors in the state of Iowa. Yeah. It appears that Brian Brown might take the challenge if Pitman doesn't. So we'll have to see. Still no answer.
I guarantee he's not going to have to call Don on this one, but the dibs is in your lap, my friend. What do you want to do? You going to take it? You going to pass it on to him?
He might get the final answer here.
And my car owner races for trophies, and he wants that.
Time out! McCarl's offering a $1,000 bonus. And I get a big round of applause on that.
Terry McCarl, the promoter for this event, has offered an additional $1,000 bonus. But it sounds like Darrin Pitman's not going to take the challenge. And now we're going to find out whether Brian Brown's going to take it.
Pitman has turned the option down. And this fool right here, he's already given us a preview of what he's wanted to do if he had the option to do it. So with that, it's in your lap. You want to take the $50,000 challenge from the back? What do you guys think?
Brian Brown asked the crowd what they think, and of course they're for it.
That was good enough. Ask him again. What do you guys think? I don't think you have any choice, brother. I tell you what, the driver wants to, but the car says no. We're going to go on the front row and try to beat this guy from the front.
And Brian Brown turns it down too, and they will start on the front row side by side with Pitman on the inside and Brown on the outside.
Come on, man. This is where it's at. Hey, I understand. They all want that belt.
Terry McCarl now talking to Brownie, trying to talk him into it. But doesn't sound like it's going to happen.
That'll get him.
Danny, but gosh dang it. You let Danny out of doing this deal, Brian? What do you got to say about that? $2,500 from guarantee from McCarl, I'll do it. And the bid goes to you. You got a $1,000 bonus on top of
Oh,
that.
come on now, Pitman.
And I keep the belt.
Brian Brown says he'll do it if
You want that belt, don't you? Yeah, I won't
McCarl
come over here too often, so
will guarantee $2,500 whether he does it or not.
for that belt, that 5,000, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I did it a couple nights over there, and I appreciate all you guys. Some of you boo me, some of you cheer me, and I appreciate every single one of you. We're going to stay on the front row. All right, ladies.
So nobody will take the challenge here tonight, but they will both start on the front row to try and win that $5,000 first place money here tonight at Southern Iowa Speedway, as we're going to have the front row challenge, but no challenge. Well, we're about ready to turn them loose here for the front row challenge. And of course, if you remember, it's going to be Darrin Pitman, Brian Brown on that front row, Mark Dobmeyer, Ryan Bunton, Jonathan Allard, Cervito, Paul McMahon, Caleb Helms, Tim Keating, Jason Myers, last year's World Outlaw champion, James McFadden, Kyle Larson, Jeff Swindell, Brad Sweet, and they are ready to go. Lead into 1 and 2. Brian Brown there right behind him. And looks like Dobmeyer looks inside Brian Brown, but it's not going to happen. Starting to pull away from the rest. Pitman leads him down here. And we've got two of them together, a couple of them turned around. against the fence over there, and then there's one turn backward. You can barely see right there as we have just barely completed lap number 1. It's going to take a little while to line things back up. We'll be back. Got things cleared away, and looks like Darrin Pitman's still going to be your leader. Brian Brown, Mark Dommeyer, and then the 0 of Alliard, and the 6R again of Ryan Button. Brings us down the straightaway. Once again, Dommeyer goes to the inside of Brian Brown, but it's not going to work. And who is that up against the fence? That is number 13, Mark Dommeyer. And we're going to have another yellow flag as we are stuck on this deal with 1 lap down. Well, that was Mark Dommeyer up against the fence up there. That was your 3rd place car, so he goes out of the race as he goes out on the hook. But still, it's going to be Darrin Pitman, Brian Brown now into that 3rd spot will be Jonathan Alliard. Then the 6R of Ryan Button. And now the 24 of Brian Savetto in the 5th. Again, Brian hit lap 2 in. Once again, Darrin Pitman goes down the back straightaway and opens up a pretty good sized lead here early in the race. With Brian Brown in 2nd. Alliard in 3rd. Brown looks like he's going to make up just a little bit of the distance. Place. And then Pitman comes off in turn 2 and opens that back up, and he will lead out of turn 4. Early on here, I'm sure things will settle out. Brown now looks like he's making up some ground. And lap 3. Brian Brown kind of squeezes up a little closer there. Brown looks like he might have gotten up onto the cushion just slightly. Had to back out of it a little bit. Cannot, or is not, getting off here on lap 5 now. Leaders are in lap traffic already. Pitman in the lead. Brian Brown in 2nd. Alliard in 3rd. And now a big problem for Pitman is one of the lap cars up on that top side where he's running. He's probably going to give Brian Brown a chance to catch up. Brown bobbles again over there in turn 2. And now Pitman opens up about a 12 to 14 car length lead down the back straightaway. Pitman right up on the back side of 40 and come down to the inside the slide block. And I'll be darned if 40 doesn't run up beside him again. Maybe you need a sign on the side of the car or something that says leader. So these guys know it's racing with him, whatever. It's racing, it's the same for everybody. Now Brian Brown gets to deal with 40. See what he can do with him. As Pitman now is going to put the slide job on another lap car. Brian Brown works on his lap car. But he's not going to get around the 40. That try. Now the 40 backs out of it and shows a little sportsmanship. So Brian Brown must be 2nd place. Give it up. Pitman up once again now up in the lap car. 1 and 2. 10 laps down. And Brown now got to make up a pretty good lead as Pitman about 15 car lengths. And Brown's going to close it up to about 10 as it goes into 1. Brian have a heck of a time over there in turn 2. Every lap now seems like they've got a lap car that they need to start thinking about. Brian Brown, he gets up close with the it slides right up into it. That's number 10. Sorry, I don't have his number written down. Pitman with the lead. Ryan in second. Now the 6 of Ryan Button has moved into that third spot. He starts dealing with some lap traffic. Pitman, and we've got one slowing down over here on the back straightaway. And I think he's going to try and make it into the pit area, and he does. Which is good for Pitman, as he's got a full straightaway length lead here now on Brian Brown. Pitman out of 4. There's Brian Brown, the second place car. The field there is third place. Now he's going by the right. He's 6 hours, but Button hung up with a couple of flat cars in the back. And it looks like Kyle Larson now has broken into the top 4. That was one of the cars that Button was trying to deal with back there. Now Kyle Larson. I think that's the third spot. Larson, I believe, started in row 6. 17 laps. Not sure whether it was 20 or 25. Pitman off of 4. Brown off of 4. Third place, Kyle Larson off of 4. And there it is, fourth place. Now it looks like Tim Keeney, the 83, made his way up into the 4th spot. That puts Button back into 6th. There goes your leader there. Pitman. Pitman down the back straightaway. Once again, Pitman with a good straightaway length lead. There goes Darrin Pitman. Brian Brown goes by. There's Kyle Larson, the third spot. Pitman has a bigger lead over Brown than Brown has over Larson, but it's considerable for both, and a lot of lap cars still. Brownie's up high on the cushion, just about goes up against the fence. Pitman now comes out of 4 once again to try to give you an idea of the distance here. Pitman, here comes Brownie right there. And Kyle Larson, third place car. 22 laps, must be a race. Still got 3 laps to go. Go with Pitman here as he completes lap 27. Pitman now with a fairly good open track here for a while. We'll complete lap 28. Right there. I'm sorry, 24. There's a white flag, and Darrin Pitman's going to take it. Makes it through 1 and 2. Here comes Pitman out of 4, and he will be the winner here tonight. Here comes Brian Brown. He's going to take second. Kyle Larson. And then the 6R of Brian Button. That's going to be the top 5. As Pitman shows them how it's done here tonight. Front row challenge. Well, we are getting ready to start the A main, which is actually just a qualifying race for tomorrow night. Actually, the top 2 here tonight for the USAC sprints will automatically drop into the A main tomorrow night. Do not have to requalify. Here is your lineup. Hope I can get most of it in before they get around here. Kyle Larson, Dave Darlin on the front row, Robert Ballou, Jack Hodenschild in that second row, Levi Jones, Justin Grant, In the third row, Darrin Hagan, Brady Bacon, who comes from the 360 Sprints to run this tonight without a wing, John Stanbro, Brian Lawson, and they are off. And it looks like Kyle Larson is going to lead him into turn one, and he gets separated from the pack and is going to get out front. Man, you give this kid a lead, look out, that's all I can tell you. The winner from last year, and it's going to be Larson on lap number one, and Dave Darlin in that second spot with Jock Hodenshields and Levi Jones. That's going to be your top four, and I'll get that fifth car as soon as they get back around here, because you cannot hardly read the numbers, and it looks like we're going to have a pass here for third place. No, not going to happen. Jones down on the inside. Darlin, but couldn't make it stick. Someone got around Jones, and I can't tell on that back straightaway, but we'll get you here in just a minute. That was Robert Ballou. Made a pass there for that fourth spot. And I'm going to tell you what, show you here in a minute, Kyle Larson has just about disappeared. He has opened up a straightaway lead as he comes out of four here right now and goes down to complete lap four. And Darlin is just now coming out of four and heading down the front straightaway. So it is still Larson, Darlin, Hodenshield, and I forget the fourth car plug. I'll tell you here in just a minute. It's Robert Ballou, Brady Bacon now up into that fifth spot. And Ballou now is going to slide up in front of Hodenshield. But it looks like Brady Bacon is going to give him a challenge. And it looks like Bacon now will move into the third spot. Chris Wyndham now moved up into that ninth spot. Here's your leader, Kyle Larson. And he is going to complete lap 7. Now he's getting into lap traffic as he heads down that back stretch. Larson gets by one of the back runners. And he just continues to stretch this lead. Oh man, he touches tires with one of the lap cars there as they come out of four. Boy, that was close. As fast as Larson's going, may be difficult for some of these other guys to even know he's there. Lap number 9 going to be Larson, Darlin, Bacon, Ballou, and Hodenshield, Levi Jones pulling down that sixth spot. And we get a couple of them together up here in turn 4. Spin out. One of them is shooting out a little steam there, I would say. But that's going to slow him down, and it's going to be lap number 9. We've got a 20-lap race here, so we're still going to have 11 laps to go. Well, we've had a few things going on here. That was John Stanbro in that accident up there, and they took him out on the hook. And then, I believe it was the third or fourth place car of Hodenshield had been shooting out some flames as he went by, and he stopped in the back pit area, and they put out the fire, and he has not returned. So your top 5 is going to be Larson. That's a lap car there in second. Darlin, Bacon, Ballou, Levi Jones. That's going to be your top 5. As the top 5 works their way past the lap cars, things kind of start getting clear. Already, Kyle Larson comes down the front straight. Little picture of it over here. You can see he has already pulled out away from Darlin to at least, oh my gosh, a 20 car length lead. And Darlin's got a 20-car length lead. On third spot, Blue. Blue had taken over that third spot, gotten around Brady Bacon.
Like a slate through the middle over there. And he's missed a bunch of people.
But third and fourth here. Blue now in third, Bacon fourth, Levi Jones in that fifth spot. Bacon Blue, but we've got another one that has spun out down here on the bottom side of 4. That looks like the 40 of Justin Grant. And we're going to have another yellow flag. Going to take a little bit of time here to realign. We'll be back in just a little bit. Well, we got the track cleared away. Things are ready to go again. Kyle Larson, still your leader. Dave Darlin in that second spot. Robert Ballou, Brady Bacon, and Levi Jones. That is your top 5. Larson brings them out of 4. Bacon falling back there. Levi Jones just about gets by him going down the back straightaway. But he will hang on for that 4th spot. 12 down, 8 to go. I need to watch the camera here, don't I? Showing a lot of the lights. Darlin sticking just a little bit closer now to Larson. Field just a little bit tighter, but still a good 8 to 10 car lengths between first, second, third, fourth, and even further than that back to Levi Jones for the 5th spot. Down, 6 to go. Nobody making a move here anywhere, and Larson continues to string it out. Now it's about a half a straightaway lead down the front straightaway with 5 to go. Larson, Darlin, Blue, Bacon, and Levi Jones. Kyle Larson, the class of the field here tonight. Running really smooth up against the cushion all the way around. Larson out of 4. Now you see Darlin, Blue, Bacon, and a lap car. Tightening up just slightly there for that second spot as Ballou starts closing in here on Dave Darlin. But Darlin cuts a pretty good corner down there in 3 and 4. But again, Ballou makes up some ground on him, and the white flag has come out for your race leader, Kyle Larson. Larson with at least a straightaway lead. And he will come down and take the checkered flag, and he kind of throttles the gas as he goes by. Darlin second, Ballou third. Bacon fourth. Levi Jones will take that 5th spot. And that will be your top 5 here for the USAC qualifying race on Saturday night here at Southern Iowa Speedway. I guess you could say he showed them the way around. 1 and 2 are pulling up here to the finish line. I don't know, Larson, I guess he wants the driver's side of the car where they exit. And I was wondering if I wasn't seeing some flames shooting out of there as Larson exits the car rather quick. You can talk about this thing being a hot ride. And it was, as he's on fire as he pulls up here to the finish line. I couldn't tell whether it was just a reflection or what it was, but it was definitely flames shooting out of there. Of course, Larson took no time to get out of it. When he came out of 4, you could hear it kind of cutting in and out, but I didn't know whether he was doing that with the throttle or what was going on. But they're talking now about he was throwing some sparks down the front straightaway.